Welcome back to the Country Computer Consultant. Pretty warm out here for January. We need some rain soon. Might have had to kick off that burn ban again. That'd be a drag. But everything else is going well. I'd like to talk to you today about mobile communications. Cell phone. PDAs. That type stuff. I've had a cell phone since 1991. Was one of the early consultants building out with Paranet in Houston back in '91, and I was literally the first billable guy to get a cell phone because we were getting calls from clients, and you know, we in Houston, if you're going on the highways or the freeways or even on the city streets, you know, you're talking no less than half hour just to get, you know, one part of town to the next. You have to go from one side to the other, you know. It's an hour. That was dead time. And I found out real quick, especially if you're at multiple client sites in one day, you can't afford that downtime if you're going to bill out a decent amount per month, you know. I mean, keep your utilization up and all that. They're paying you a good chunk of change because your external support, you know, in that month you got better bill out enough to be able to cover your own high, plus you know, take care of the overhead people, as we call them, and to keep the company growing. So we had to be in communication with the clients. So I figured, hey, let's do this cell phone thing. Back then it was like 50 cents a minute or something. It was rough, and I think my bill was 100 or maybe sometimes up to about 150 a month, which was a lot back then too. And there goes my cow guy right there. So the cows will start moving in just a little bit. And but it paid off right away. I was able to solve client problems when I was on 59 or 610 or Beltway or something like that right away, on the way to work, on the way home from work, at lunch. And I thought, man, this phone's paid for itself within the first month. And so, you know, you go ahead 18 years, you know, I can't live without my iPhone. Before that, I couldn't live without my Trio, and then, you know, any type of cell phone. And they've just become more and more useful, more and more almost indisposable. I can't deal without mine. Man, there's been one or two times in the past several years I forgot my phone at home. Man, I turn around, do U-turn, and go get that thing, because I cannot function, especially as an independent consultant. This is my office between the vehicle and the phone. It's my lifeline to the world. So now, there's been risks, you know, when you're talking on the phone. You're distracting a certain percentage of your perception of what's going on, your ability to respond fast to threats on the road. You know, some Yahoo slowing down or stopper pulling in front of you, just any change in the traffic. So while you're driving, man, you gotta be careful as hell when you're yapping on the phone. Of course, worse now, you got texting, you got email going to the phone. I got the GPS built into mine, you know, with the iPhone 3G. You know, so between all those input portals on a mobile device, which requires some level of interaction, you know, with either you talking through it through an earpiece, or holding it up to your head, or looking down, dialing. Even if you have voice dial, you know, you're still dinking with it just to get it going. And of course, you go to a whole new distraction level when you get to texting, or you're getting an email, or you're actually, you know, I've done this before. It's just terrible. You know, you're Googling something, a location, some guy's name, a company name, or you're trying to look something up while you're on the road, and you're actually, you know, for all intents and purposes, surfing the web while you're driving. And then that's insanely dangerous. You know, do as I say, not as I do. I think I'm one of these guys that can time slice and multitask quite well. I even tried to get into professional stock car driving about 10 years ago when I had money and time and you know, a bit more, or I should say a bit less sense. But you know, so I can drive a car really well. I mean, I've driven, you know, stock cars with a car on my tail and door, you know, the Texas Motor Speedway in Denton, Texas, at 150, 160 miles an hour. And a lot of guys say, yeah, but I've done my Corvette at 175. Yeah, but you didn't turn. You turn a car at 150 with cars on your tail inside. It's a whole different world. Anyway, so I can drive, and I've been lucky, thank the Lord. I haven't had an accident while being distracted on the phone, talking in 18 years. Now you got these nanny states. Mainly, if it's a blue state, the more they try to ban stuff, the more they try to look out, and they think they're smarter than you, and they want to go to the lowest common denominator and says, nobody can use phones. In fact, they're even talking about not even being able to use the hands-free, whether it's a Bluetooth in your ear or a cord mic and earpiece. If you look at the studies, it's like I think it's 7th or 8th on the list as far as distractions in the car. Number 1 is someone talking to you right next to you, or your kid in back yapping. You want to, keep them quiet. That's more of a distraction than the cell phones are. Now you got GPS, which are built right into the car. Try, finding an address on the GPS is just as much of a distraction. When I'm listening to my talk shows and Rush or Hannity or Bortz is telling me something driving me nuts, that's a distraction. All my mileage on my Honda Hybrid, watching the dynamic dials on that while I'm trying to get 40, maybe 45 miles to the gallon. There's distractions all over the place. You got yahoos are cutting in front of you. At least you're looking out, but you got to know your limits. Okay, obey the laws in your state. Thank God I live in Texas. We don't have to put up with that crap. Well, in one of these months they might do that, but man, I'm gonna give them hell. If I ever get pulled over for talking on the cell phone, I'm telling it's the worst damn use of their freaking time. Just like seatbelts. I got motorcycles with no seatbelt, sometimes no helmet in there, and I'm in a 6,000-pound truck with no seatbelt. Sometimes I usually do wear it, and they want to give you a ticket. Anyway, cell phone. If you have to do it, you have to talk on it, keep your eyes up. If you're dialing, put the phone up so it's in your scan of reach here to where you can see what's going on. To where, when you're looking down and your field of view is high, but you're looking down, somebody might pull, God forbid a kid pull out. Man, you hit a kid while you're dinking with a phone, and that crap will haunt your butt for the rest of your life. So you don't want to do that. All right? So, and of course, some of y'all in states, y'all can't have the phone in your hand. As far as I'm concerned, that's freedom of speech, and we are some freedoms left. So just make sure cops not around. I'd rather get caught looking for traffic while I'm working my phone than keeping the phone down. Stand by. Than keeping the phone down while and then not being able to see. So, and the second thing is when you're try to stay away from any type of texting. Man, if you have to text, if you got a critical thread going with a client or a coworker or something like that, pull your butt over. I mean, it'll take you just a second. That way you can focus, type right. You don't get it so short and terse where they can't make sense of what you're trying to say, or it seems like you're pissed because you use such short words, or it might look like you're stupid because you're typing so squirrely. You're trying to drive and type at the same time. You got misspelled words. It looks like crap, and so pull over. Especially on texting, don't surf the web. I've really tried to get away from that crap too. If you got to Google something, the Google Tool app on the phone, you can. It's got voice recognition there, but do if you have to type crap in, pull over. Okay, if you can want to talk, try to use the earbuds or Bluetooth. That's good. The more focus you can put out here, the more we'll keep these idiot nanny state government jerks off our back. So we've got to be able to talk on the phone. Okay, and if you want to help that more, then don't vote for these socialist liberals who think they know better than us. Alrighty? So be careful on your mobile devices out there. We can't live without them, so let's just be responsible. Don't run into crap. It's just about that simple. Alright? This is the Country Computer Consultant. Have a good day.